besides getting a football, what about experiencing second grade?
Jack that.
Oh, right, we saw that too. I'm in trouble. We saw that too. Yeah, my father showed it, and we
Taking a video?
Go. Go.
Hi, my turn! Don't worry, my mom's getting short.
So when you go, you have to choose store credit. This would happen with Jenna, and they ended up buying their bed from Bloomingdale's because they had a big credit, but they bought the dishes and really didn't like them. And she doesn't like her glasses either. I agree. What is wrong? That's what I'm getting.
She said she's never done this before. She's so excited.
Can you hear, Mom? Most important.
Is Jenna talking?
Yes. All right. I'd like to welcome everyone. As the oldest sibling, let me just start by saying I had the hot mom. Yes, I did. I was the only one with a tall, Swedish blonde mother with an accent. And Mom, look at you now. At 85 years old, you are still the hot mom.
And still talking.
I remember growing up with a mom who could do anything. You were a gourmet cook, a carpenter as you replaced floors, a upholsterer as you recovered furniture, a landscaper as you not only planted bushes and flowers, but knew your way around a chainsaw. And boy, could you sew. All this and more out of this incredible woman who is dressed to the nines every day with her hair done, always with elegance and grace. I remember thinking, my mother could do anything, which is evidently true since you were the first non-Jewish president of the sisterhood at Baruch Shalom. Of course, it was a very reformed synagogue. You managed to balance our Jewish and Swedish heritages. Passover, Easter, Hanukkah, Christmas, making each one so special and it seems so effortless. And our Swedish Christmases will always be near and dear to not only my heart, but to Kathy's, and now our 4 incredible children. When else would they drink glögg and schnapps and acquire a taste for your incredible Swedish food? And Mom, you do make the best Janssens. You were truly the greatest entertainer. To this day, when I see one of your Troy or Albany friends, they remind me of the great times they had on Ledgestone Road, and they still rave about your cooking. You were my Cub Scout den mother, and my biggest fan at all of my sporting events. From Biddy basketball at the New Haven JCC, to Little League in Cheshire and Brunswick, my swim meets in those chlorine-filled stands, to my tennis matches at Prospect Park. I love seeing you out of the corner of my eye after each basket, hit, lap, and match. And there were my lunches with you my senior year of high school. I'd drive home in my VW Fastback in time for our daily dose of Jeopardy. And of course, all of your answers would be in the form of a question. What is? Honestly, I love that. But most importantly, you introduced me to the jumble, which lives on in my daily life, and my kids are hooked too.
Try to. We did it this morning.
Mom, you need to know that I will still marvel at how you kept such a close relationship with your Swedish family all these years. It was incredible to me how you would write to your parents every week and stay so close to Agneta, Johan, and their children. And And how wonderful that Agneta is here today to celebrate with you.
Here, here.
It became second nature for me to travel to Sweden. I learned to walk in Sweden when I was 1.
Yeah.
At 7, I experienced my first Swedish Christmas in Sweden. At 13, I spent the summer with Mormor and Morfar. And again at 19.
That means mother's mother or mother's father.
Then at 25, Kathy and I spent 10 days having the time of our lives in Stockholm and the countryside with Mormor and Morfar as our guides. And one of our favorite times was traveling to Sweden for Karin and Frederick's wedding.
Hey, Jake.
Our children finally saw Sweden. Karin's incredible wedding brought together friends and family in a way no one could have imagined. The next generation of Zodermans and Coolies connected, and the impact of our Swedish heritage was never more evident. For the first time, Hillary and Peter saw an entire country that was their grandmother.
That's a good line.
Ma, you were fortunate to have 2 men in your life, Dad and Charles, that were truly in love with you. Dad lit up every time you entered a room, or when he would talk about you. I know it couldn't have been easy moving to Troy when he started Cooley Motors almost 50 years ago. He made quite a life for all of us in Troy, as you did in Cheshire. Dad felt that he was the luckiest man in the world, having you as his wife. And he would constantly tell me how lucky I was to have a mother like you. And he is right. So Mom, on your 85th birthday, I want you to know that from Kathy, the kids, and me, we love you with all our hearts. Thank you for being such a beautiful and loving mother and grandmother. What else to speak? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. Jack, Jack, you're gonna wait for your speech for a second. Okay. We're gonna do the cake right now, then you can do it. Take a picture of
Did you hear, Mom?
I just want to finish it, so I have to finish it.
All right.
I mean, I have to be here about an hour later.
I'll send them.
Mine's always
Talk
better.
about my mom.
Mine's always better.
Oh, I can give her a copy.
We're gonna be doing some.
Are we doing shots?
So she can help.
Oh, yeah, where's the shot?
I didn't
start. Oh, ready? Yep.
I started, we both started.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mama. Happy birthday to you.
Hold on. Now, Harvey, can you move for a second?
Hear each other.
That's not important. Picture of the plate.
We're all about expression.
I want to take a picture of the plate. Hold on. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Very nice.
Okay.
That's some handwriting on the
Wait, my mom's coming.
Oh, where is she?
She was outside.
Oh, well, I think we need her.
All right, April 17th is clearly a special day for us, but it's even more significant to me, given that both my mother and wife share the same birthday.
Jenny.
Little Oedipus going on here.
They are exactly, give or take a few hours, 38 years apart. Okay? And I was thinking that April 17th must have, as someone commented to me yesterday at work, some sort of higher power, spiritual significance in my life, given the fact that both my mother and wife share the same birthday. So I thought last night, am I the only one who gets to relish in the significance of this date? Or is there truly something larger about April 17th that is shared by many people around the world? So last night I decided to do a bit of research on April 17th. This is what I found. First, I'm starting with birthdays. Okay? Famous people. Here's the list. It's pretty eclectic. Jennifer Garner, 42 years yesterday. Victoria Beckman, 40 years old. This is a shout out for the kids. Avi Kaplan from the Pentatonics, 25 yesterday. Okay? Harry Reasoner, 60 Minutes, 92. And then people who are no longer with us. Nikita Khrushchev.
Yeah, I was going to say,
121 today. J.P. Morgan. 178 today. All right, well, I wouldn't call this a global spiritual vortex in terms of birthdays, so I decided to turn my attention to some special world events that happened on April 17th. I felt that surely this is where I'll find the significance, global significance of April 17th. This is what I found. This is just a few samplings. On April 17, 1524, Giovanni Verrazzano discovers New York Bay.
All right.
1947, Jackie Robinson bunts for his first major league hit. 1961, Bay of Pigs invasion begins. 1970, Apollo 13 returns to Earth. 1972, and this is a shout out to Jenny, Boston Women's Marathon, the first ever, won by Nina Khrushchev of New York City in 3 hours and 10 minutes. 1983, April 17th, Greta Waltz runs the Women's World Record Marathon in 2 hours and 25 minutes. And then 2013, same-sex marriage is legalized in New Zealand.
Lucky you.
Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that.
Well, it's nice to know that I don't have to share my personal spiritual vortex with most of the world, given that list. But I get to have this special day along with my immediate family. And now looking back on my life, it is clear that I received some excellent guidance from my mother and father. I am so proud that a result of my parental guidance, that I did not fall into that all too common trap of the youngest child syndrome. You know this syndrome. Parents exhaust all their energy on the raising the older two kids. A lot of strict rules. Usually the parents are less affluent then, so the kids grow up with less material wealth. And then the youngest child comes about, and he grows up with less rules, more wealth, etc. You've all seen this before, right? You know what I'm talking about?
This is therapy right here.
I'm so fortunate that my mother and father didn't fall into this trap. Case in point, I was able to stay hungry, ambitious, and motivated throughout my teens and 20s, and ready to tackle the world head-on right out of college. And as a result, thanks to my mom and dad, I was able to land a real, full-time job, not in my 50s, not in my 40s, but actually in my early 30s. Well, mid-30s. Okay? However, I didn't truly begin to appreciate my mother's role and sacrifice as a parent until Jake and Cecilia came on board and they started playing organized sports. I now find myself waking up at the crack of dawn on Saturday or Sunday morning, perhaps even before the sun rises, exhausted from my Monday to Friday schedule and traipsing off to Jake's baseball practice or Cecilia's gymnastics meet. I always think of you and Dad during these moments. It is at these times that I feel so proud of my children, and I feel such joy watching my kids, and some fatigue. Jake and Cecilia are so happy in their sports and lives. They are happy because I am happy. And I am happy because of you. Happy and fulfilled, and in turn, I'm happy to pass on this love and care to my children. And Sal. And this is what it is all about, this greatest gift that you have given me, and I and we thank you. You are amazing mommy and grandmother. To all of us. And it's so wonderful that you are so close to us now. Just a short drive, so we can go out for brunch or dinner. or an 85th birthday party. And we all so much enjoy these moments, and I know we'll continue to enjoy them for many years to come. We love you so much. Happy birthday.
Oh, wait, I gotta give my speech.
I knew that Khrushchev had a birthday.
That's what you got from the speech.
Thank you, darling.
Well, I'm just gonna say a few words. I didn't write anything.
That was very cute, thank you.
That was very cute, Greg.
Frank?
I didn't write a speech. I did not write a speech. But now that my brothers went up there, I feel like I have to say something.
No, you don't.
So, I'm just gonna say, what? That you are an amazing mother, and we're so happy that you've lived this long, and we hope that you live many more years, and that we can spend many more brunches at Kendall. Or not. And more Swedish Christmases to come, because I love doing that with you. That's a special time that you and I are together, and that I'm so happy that you share this tradition with me, and that we can cook together, and that I'm taking it over slowly but surely. And you're a wonderful human being, a wonderful mother. I'm sorry I don't call you every day, like all the other daughters call their mothers at Kendall, but I don't. I'm not the perfect daughter, but I try. And you always say I'm so nice to you, but I'm not always so nice, and I apologize for the times when I'm not so nice. But I love you, and you're wonderful, and thank you for all you've done to make our lives wonderful. And happy birthday. Let's all raise our coffee. Happy birthday, Helena, many, many, many more.